Willa is about to go in her first car wash.
Whoa. What's that?
She's like, what is going on, Mom? Also, Willa is starting to get fuzzy, so I don't know, I might regret doing this. I got 2 different drinks. The first thing that comes to mind is sunscreen. Good morning, everyone. We just woke up and I fed the tiny, and now it's time to feed the mama. Say hi. Had a really rough night of sleep last night, so I think today might be a 2 coffee day. So I've been trying something new with my mornings because it's been really hard for me to get to the gym, and I just really want to be more intentional about moving my body. And so instead of getting ready first thing in the morning, I've been having breakfast and then doing a little at-home workout. I've done a few at-home workouts so far, but I'm trying to make it like part of my morning routine to see if it helps me feel a little bit better. And so far it's going great. The Mad Fit YouTube channel is my favorite one so far, but I have seen a lot of people do Form, I think it's called, which I believe is like a subscription. So I don't know, if this becomes more of a habit and I'm working out from home more consistently, I might join that. But for now, Mad Fit is my go-to. And I'm just gonna do it right up here with Willa because we got this play mat for her and it's basically like a giant squishy yoga mat, so it's perfect. Something's better than nothing. Even just a little bit feels good. We just had so much fun. Alright, sis, it's time for your nap. Say night-night, everybody. I will say, one thing being a mom has helped me with is making decisions quicker. Like, I don't have any time to be dilly-dallying. I feel like when she goes down for a nap, I never quite know how long she's gonna stay asleep. And so I have to get my work done, answer emails, read my Bible, make a coffee, whatever it is that I wanna do. Like, I just have to get it done. I feel like before becoming a mom, it used to take me so long to make decisions. And that in a way like held me back from a lot of things because I would spend so much time thinking about it than actually just like taking action. And now it's like the second it comes into my mind, if I have a thought, I have to do it right then or else it likely won't happen. So I am thankful for that. It made me think about how many of the things in our lives that we set out to do get stuck in the thought process. Like, think about how many things in your life that you've said you've wanted to do or like dreamed about that just get stuck in your head and never happen. I'm definitely guilty of it. I will just sit there and ruminate on ideas and dreams and things that I want to do throughout my day and end up never getting to them because I think about them way more than I put action to them. I'm a big overthinker too, and so this is helping me just like not overthink it. The first time the thought comes into my head, take action and get it done. I have also had to simplify my makeup routine because nobody has time to spend 20 minutes doing their makeup these days. I think I've gotten this one down to like 4 to 5 minutes or maybe less. I'm not even doing a full like face of makeup. I don't even think I do full faces of makeup anymore, but I'm just kind of putting a little bit of something on so I don't look dead to the world because I was up all night, and it kind of does make me feel a little bit more put together about my day. It's also crazy to think that like in high school and college, I would never step foot outside the door without a full face of makeup on. And when I say full face of makeup, I mean like full face of makeup. Sometimes I go back and look at pictures of myself from like 5 to 10 years ago and I get a jump scare because I wore so much makeup and I didn't think it was a lot of the time. Maybe it was because I did pageants and I was used to wearing a little bit more. I'm not sure, but y'all, the eye makeup. I loved the eyeliner. And honestly, I can't even tell you the last time I put on eyeliner because now I feel like it makes me look like a drag queen. No judgment if you wear eyeliner. I think it's beautiful. I wore eyeliner at my wedding. But my point is that I felt like I had to. I was convinced that if anybody saw me with a naked face, that they would think I was ugly. That like literally people would look at me and think of me differently, which could not be further from the truth. But I was so scared and so insecure and really struggled with body image that I believed my physical appearance was something that made me worthy. I remember apologizing to people if I ever went somewhere and didn't have makeup, or like if they came over and I didn't expect it and I wasn't ready for the day. Like I would say I'm sorry. I would apologize for my appearance, which is so wild and sad now that I look back at it. It took me a long time to overcome that. I honestly don't think it was until like a year or so into moving to Nashville that I started to get more comfortable going places without wearing makeup. Oh, and then posting without wearing makeup, that's an entirely different story. I could never show up online without being fully done. Like hair curled, eyeshadow, all the things. Even making videos where I had makeup on but no eyeshadow felt like I was half done and like not prepared. I've never really given much thought to this. Maybe it comes from my background in pageants and dance and having this like performance, you're on stage, you have to look presentable mindset. But it's almost as if I thought it was unprofessional to like show up on this channel for you without a full face of makeup on. Like y'all don't care. I think it was literally this year that I started just being comfortable posting videos on here with no makeup. Come a long way. I just say that to encourage you. If you maybe struggle with that as well or feel similarly, you're beautiful. And you're beautiful not because of the makeup on your face. You're beautiful because God created you. And the Bible says that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. So here's to fresh faces and no makeup. I just finally got Willa down for her nap. That one took a little bit longer for her to go down because I'm trying this thing where I put her down fully awake instead of rocking her to sleep before she goes to sleep. I can get her down for a nap a lot quicker if I just rock her to sleep and then put her down, except it's creating a problem because now she relies on being rocked to sleep and she's not staying asleep. And so the book Baby Wise that I'm reading that talks about sleep training is all about like putting them down when they're awake but drowsy to teach them the skill of putting themselves to sleep. And that's supposed to help in the middle of the night when they wake up to be able to put themselves back to sleep, which she is also not doing. So I have a feeling today is going to be a long day of the napping cycle because I'm pretty much gonna try it for every nap and just expect it to not work. But I feel like if I go through one full hard day and really help her learn it, it's gonna be better off for us in the long run. I'm not 100%, but I'll report back. Back to the physical appearance because I just had another thought. I feel like another thing that helped me get more comfortable with my physical appearance as I am without makeup on is who I surround myself with. I feel like when I started surrounding myself with people who accepted me as I was and like I could let my hair down and be myself and not feel like I had to be on all the time or like all put together, but that I could just like be Nicole, is when I started to gain a lot more confidence in who I was. And I think that's super important because, you know, they say you start to become like who you're surrounded by, and it really is so true. And so when I started doing an inventory of the people I spent time with and how they lived their lives, like what did they spend their time doing? What do they normally talk about? Are their conversations and words filled with gossip, or are they life-giving and encouraging and building up? When I started finding community and friends that were speaking life into me and celebrating me for who I was and qualities that had nothing to do with my physical appearance, it made such a world of a difference. I will say it is a lot more difficult to make friends as an adult. Like I've struggled to make friends just in general my whole life, but especially as an adult when you're out of school, it's like, where do you meet people and how do you find good friends? Y'all, if you struggle with that, I feel you. While I don't have all of the answers, I will share some tips of things that helped me. First place I recommend is church. If you're plugged into a local church, get in a community group or a small group or a life group or whatever they call it. I feel like that's the easiest place to make friends and find good community, or join a serve team. I've served at almost every church I've gone to and I've made friends there every single time. If you don't, check to see if your city has like an intramural pickleball team or a sports team. I know those are great places to make friends and find people your age. And then another thing about making friends as an adult is sometimes sometimes you have to make the first move, which can be really hard if you're a little bit more introverted, but sometimes if you're looking for friends, you have to be the one to initiate. I used to struggle with this so much because I had this deep longing to have companionship, community, and friendship that I just wanted to feel like somebody wanted me. Like I was wanted in the friendship or someone had thought of me and I wanted someone else to reach out to invite me. And it used to really frustrate me when no one would do that because I felt like, gosh, I'm making all the effort in these relationships. And if I stopped, would anybody reach out? And for a long time, I had convinced myself that the answer was no, that nobody cared about me enough to put me on the list to invite to the party or have over to the game night. And in the beginning, I had to get over myself. Just to be super blunt, I had to get over myself, stop having a pity party, and reach out. Because if I'm feeling that way, and when this occurred to me, it changed the whole game. If I'm feeling that way, you better bet someone else is feeling that way. And somebody else wants to feel invited. And so for me, I feel like it was a double win because with me reaching out, one, I was getting the friendship and companionship that I desired, but two, I was also helping someone else get that companionship and friendship that they desire. Like the quicker you figure out that it's not about you, I feel like the easier a lot of things in life become because it truly is not about us. But sometimes you just have to reach out, send the text, invite someone on a walk, have some friends over for game night. Every time I have game night, Chandler and I try to be really intentional about inviting a diverse group of people over, like people that you might not think you would get along with or want to hang out with. Invite them over. You never know what kind of friendship it could spark. But if we make friends with people who all look the same, think the same, talk the same, and do the same things as us, I don't know, I feel like that's really limiting. So I just want to encourage you, if you're struggling in the friend department, to muster up some confidence this week and be the person to initiate and reach out first. The last thing I'll say about friends, and this might ruffle some feathers because I feel like it's kind of a hot take, but sometimes friends come into your life for a season and sometimes they come into your life for a lifetime, and it's really important to discern the difference. I have been crushed and so sad when friends who I thought were meant to be in my life for a lifetime but were only meant to be there for a season have left my life. It felt like the ultimate betrayal. It felt like my whole world got turned upside down, and it took me a long time to realize that I was holding almost all of my friendships and relationships like this instead of this. And so when they got pulled out of my life, it felt like they were being ripped out of my life because I was holding them like this. And then I realized if I hold all my relationships loosely, I don't get so upset if someone doesn't text me back. I don't stay up at night thinking about the party that I didn't get invited to. Kind of going back to what I just said, the quicker you can realize that it's not about you, the more satisfied and fulfilled you're going to be in your relationships. Don't get me wrong, it hurts when you don't get invited to the party or when you go on social media and see that a couple of your friends are hanging out and that you didn't get invited. But sometimes things just aren't personal. Sometimes it wasn't that they intentionally left you out. Everybody's got their own life, everybody's doing different things, and sometimes it really is not so personal. And so the quicker you can just ignore that, move on with your life, and go reach out to another friend. One thing I've always struggled with is this idea that a friendship is 50-50. Like if I'm giving 50, the other person has to give 50. And if they're not giving 50 or putting in as much effort as I am, then the friendship is over and like they're not a good friend. And I don't say this to toot my horn, but I'm very intentional. Like I bend over backwards for my friends. I usually am the first to initiate. I want them to feel loved. I will bake cookies and drop them off at the doorstep. I will go above and beyond for the people in my life. And as I've gotten older, I've come to realize that that is an unrealistic expectation to hold my other friends to in terms of giving it back to me. And then I go back to what I just said. It's not about you. When we change our mindset from, well, if I'm going to put in this amount of effort and I expect this back, you're going to end up being really frustrated. But how about if the mindset becomes, I am going to pour out and love and bless the people in my life, expecting nothing in return. All of a sudden you're free, because if you don't get anything back, you're not upset, because your friendship and your love and your outpouring had nothing to do with them giving it back to you. And I think that's the key. I think we truly need to love how Jesus commanded us to love. He tells us in the Bible to love our enemies and to be a friend to those around us and to take care of those in our community, to feed the hungry and take care of the sick. And it doesn't say so that you get the same in return. It says if someone strikes you on the cheek, turn your other one to him also. I think we've got it all wrong, that we're expecting all of these things back for ourselves, and it's like a me-centric way of living and a me-centric way of friendship. And I just don't think it's sustainable. It's a lot harder because you have to go into every relationship knowing if I get nothing in return, then I will still pour out. Then I will still be a good friend. If they don't respond to my text, I'm not going to hold it against them. I'm not going to hold a grudge. I'm still going to reach out next week, or I'm still going to check in a month from now to see how they're doing. I challenge you to make your love and the way you treat other people have nothing to do with the way they treat you back. Try it. I promise you it'll change things. I just started a new Bible study for the Lent season. It's called He Will Save Us, and it's a study through the book of Isaiah. I got this from She Reads Truth, which if you've watched any of my blogs, you know that I do a lot of the She Reads Truth Bible studies just because they're so beautiful and I think they're so well done, and I always learn so much from them. I will say this one is meaty. Not only is it like the biggest one of theirs I've ever done, but Isaiah is not an easy book to go through, so I'm definitely being challenged in this one and I'm learning a lot, but I really do love their studies. So I will link it down in the description box below. My code works on their website for any of their products, and I think it gets you 15% off if you are interested in any of their things. But I really love just hanging out with y'all and like drinking coffee and chit-chatting. Makes me feel like we're on FaceTime or something. The angel baby is up from her nap, and it is a beautiful day outside, so we're gonna go to the park. It's your favorite place to go, huh? Got this little seat from Amazon. You guys, check this out. It's self-inflatable, which is perfect because we're gonna take this on our trip to Paris. We have a little option for her to sit like in a restaurant or if we like go to the park. You just take this little thing and it blows it up. Best $19 I've ever spent. She is so close to starting to sit up on her own. She sat up for like almost 2 minutes by herself yesterday, and these little seats have helped her so much. I'll link this down in the description below if you need one for your kid. Now that the weather's getting nicer, I've been trying to get her out at least once a day to either go on a walk or come out here and sit on the blanket and do tummy time and play with some toys. I feel like she naps so much better when she gets outside, gets some sunshine on her face, is around nature. I feel like it helps with her circadian rhythm a lot, especially with daylight savings last weekend, y'all. We have been struggling. The good thing is she's been sleeping till 7 a.m. because technically I think her body still thinks it's 6, but it's been, man, her sleep has kind of been hard the last few nights. It's all done. Just takes a couple minutes. And you close this. How cute. All right, Willa, you want to show them how it's done? Yay! It's so cute, you guys. And also the sunshine has just been making me so happy. It's crazy how much a little bit of sun can cure your seasonal depression. Like, it better not get cold again because I'm loving this. I just got the tiny angel down for a nap, so I'm gonna make myself a quick lunch and eat while I have a second. I'm thinking we'll do a little afternoon outing. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Swig. I guess it's a big thing on the West Coast. A bunch of my friends that live in Arizona always talk about it, but we just got one in Brentwood, and I've wanted to go ever since it opened, except the line has been like over an hour long every single time I tried to go. So I figured we might try it today, even though it's been open for a couple of weeks already. It sounds fun. For lunch, I usually make a Taylor Farms salad kit just because it's so easy and quick to throw together when Willa goes down for a nap. I usually eat half and then I save the other half for the next day. Normally, I would prefer to make my own, but when I'm in a pinch, these are a great option because it's just a quick way to make sure I get some veggies in. This is the Chipotle Ranch, and you can get a 2-pack at Costco. So these have been saving me the last couple of weeks. Throw a lid on, give it a little shake, and then to get some protein, I usually have Chandler bring me home a side of chicken from Chipotle because he goes to Chipotle every day for lunch before he comes home. Or I just do a serving of cottage cheese, which is what I'm gonna do today. Bon appetit! All right, instead of making a second coffee for the day, because I was going to, I thought I would do a matcha because it's more of a slow burning caffeine. I don't want the jitters, but I do need a little bit of energy. I'm using this kind. To be honest, I don't make matcha enough to know what the kinds are that are good. But I like this one. I just do like 3 to 4-ish of these little scoops. I've also used the PK Life, I don't know how you say it, which is a little bit more expensive, but also really, really good. And I'm just gonna do a light sprinkle of cinnamon and then a little drizzle of honey. This makes it taste so good. If you're a matcha professional, please introduce yourself in the comments. I would love to be friends. And we're just gonna do about a 1/4 cup of water. Honestly, I just kind of guess on this part. That was hot water, by the way. Then I found that these little matcha whisks, little bamboo whisk things, make all the difference. Like I used to just use a little frother. It's not the same. These little bamboo whisks are where it's at. So if you really want to get good at matcha, you need one of these. And I really should make it iced because it's so nice outside and I'm feeling warm. I really want to try to do another latte art today. So we're going to try it with matcha. I've never successfully done it with matcha, but maybe today will be the day. Dang it. We were unsuccessful. Ah, I had such high hopes for that. It's still gonna taste good. Oh yeah, that combo with the honey and cinnamon is so good. Willa is about to go in her first car wash. Guys, I'm embarrassed by how long it's been since I've gone my car wash. Here we go, baby.
Whoa. What's that?
Oh, that's the best. She's like, what is going on, Mom? Now we have a clean car, baby. All right, we're about to pull up to Swig and we're gonna see if we're gonna get in or if it's gonna be an hour away. Also, Willa is starting to get fuzzy, so I don't know, I might regret doing this. Okay, actually, not bad. If Willa can hold out, I think we're gonna do it. Okay, so that was not the most pleasant experience. Not the workers. The workers were super nice, but hang on one second, Tiny wants to join us. Okay, the workers were great, but I was in line and there was a whole line of cars behind me, and this girl comes from the other direction, turns her blinker on and cuts us all off and just like hopped in line in front of 6 cars. And so that just rubbed me the wrong way, and there was a parking spot open right in front of the shop, so we just parked and went inside, which I don't know if that was quicker, but we got in and out, and plus Willa was crying, so it worked out better. I got 2 different drinks. I got the Texas Tab and the Guava Have It. This one I believe is Dr. Pepper, vanilla, and coconut cream. It sounds like a very interesting combination, but nevertheless, I'm gonna give it a go. The Dr. Pepper and vanilla I could get on board with, but the coconut, the first thing that comes to mind is sunscreen. This tastes like tanning lotion. I thought it was gonna be like coconut milk. This is like actual, you can really taste the coconut. To be honest, I don't know that I love that. You wanna try? Just kidding. Okay, maybe we'll have better luck with the Guava Have It. This one is Mountain Dew, guava, strawberry, and coconut. That's a lot better. Oh wow, it's really good. It kind of tastes like a strawberry Sprite. Okay, honestly, I don't know if I would go back. Like, I don't know if I drive all the way down here. It's about 20 minutes from our house. If I'm in the area, it'd be fun to stop by if there wasn't a long line, but I don't really understand why everyone's so crazy about this. Maybe I need to try some of the other ones. And if you have Swig where you are, comment down below and tell me what your favorite drinks are if I come back. That was a fun little outing, but we gotta get you home for your nap time. All right, we made it home. I just got Willa down for a nap. I am going to sit out here on the patio and catch my breath. The weather is so beautiful today. I forgot I had to Kindle, and so I am going to get back to reading on this Kindle and then see where the rest of the day takes me. I hope you loved this little vlog. If it made you smile, please give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for coming along the day with us. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye!